Few animated films have left as lasting an impact as Princess Mononoke. Released in 1997 and directed by the legendary Miyazaki, the Studio Ghibli classic blends breathtaking animation, complex themes, and an unforgettable story about humanity's relationship with nature. Unlike the more whimsical My Neighbor Totoro or Kiki's Delivery Service, Princess Mononoke is darker, more violent, and deeply philosophical, tackling themes of industrialization, environmental destruction, and moral ambiguity. With its stunning visuals, powerful characters, and a score that perfectly complements its epic scale, it's no wonder this film remains one of Miyazaki's most ambitious and thought-provoking works. In this video, we'll be taking a closer look at what makes Princess Mononoke so timeless. In medieval Japan, young Prince Ashitaka is cursed after killing a rampaging demon. Seeking a cure, he journeys west and discovers an ongoing war between industrial humans, led by Lady Eboshi, and the spirits of the forest, including the wolf-raised warrior San. As tensions rise, Ashitaka struggles to mediate between the two sides while searching for a way to lift his curse. Miyazaki had been exploring the ideas behind Princess Mononoke for years before it became a film. The earliest concept dates back to the late 1970s as a simple illustrated storybook, but it wasn't until the 1990s that it evolved into a full-length movie. Inspired by historical Japan and the conflict between nature and industry, Miyazaki wanted to create a film that didn't have clear-cut heroes or villains. Both humans and nature have their own struggles, making the story morally complex. The film marked a turning point for Studio Ghibli. Prior to Princess Mononoke, Ghibli's films were primarily aimed at younger audiences, with whimsical and lighthearted themes. However, this movie was much darker, more violent, and tackled mature topics like industrialization and war. It was also one of the most expensive animated films ever made in Japan at the time, signaling Ghibli's ambition to push the boundaries of what animation could achieve. Miyazaki's previous works, such as Nausicaa Valley of the Wind, laid the groundwork for Princess Mononoke, themes of environmentalism and strong-willed heroines. However, unlike Nausicaa, where the protagonist serves as a messianic figure striving for peace, Princess Mononoke presents a world without easy solutions. It's a story of coexistence and conflict where even good intentions have consequences. The film's success catapulted Ghibli into the global spotlight and set the stage for Spirited Away, which would go on to win an Academy Award. Princess Mononoke marked a pivotal moment in Studio Ghibli's history, showcasing a darker, more mature direction for the studio under the vision of Miyazaki. The production process was extensive, with a team of hundreds of animators working for over 3 years to bring the fantastical world to life. Ghibli utilized traditional hand-drawn animation techniques while integrating digital tools to enhance certain sequences, especially the battle scenes and the dynamic movement of the characters and creatures. This blending of old and new techniques allowed the film to achieve a visually stunning and emotionally immersive experience that resonated with audiences worldwide. The casting of Princess Mononoke was crucial to the film's success, with voice actors chosen for their ability to convey the film's complex emotional and thematic undercurrents. In the Japanese version, the film featured an array of talented actors, such as Yoji Matsuda. In the English version, actors like Billy Crudup and Claire Danes were selected for their ability to bring the character's emotional depth to life. San in particular needed a voice that could reflect her fierce independence and her vulnerability as a character torn between human and animal worlds. The casting was essential for creating nuanced characters whose internal conflicts resonated deeply with the film's messages about the struggle between nature and human ambition. The music by Joe Hisaishi was another vital element in the film's production. He had worked on previous Ghibli films, but Mononoke presented an opportunity to take his compositions to a grander scale. The score combined traditional Japanese instruments with orchestral arrangements, creating a soundtrack that matched the film's epic score. His music provided emotional weight, particularly in sequences like Ashitaka's journey and the battles between the forest spirits and the humans. The soundtrack was carefully designed to enhance the tension of the narrative, while also reflecting the film's thematic exploration. In addition to the score, sound design played a key role in grounding the film in its world, with ambient forest sounds, battle noises, and the mythical creatures' calls creating an immersive experience for the viewer. Princess Mononoke was met with widespread acclaim for its mature themes, stunning animation, and complex characters. They praised the themes, which set it apart from previous Studio Ghibli films. While it became one of Japan's highest-grossing films, some critics noted that its darker tone might not appeal to younger viewers. Nevertheless, the film cemented Miyazaki's status as a legendary filmmaker, with many considering it one of his best works. Princess Mononoke stands out among Studio Ghibli films in a way that never diminishes, regardless of how many animated films you watch or how deep your understanding of the genre becomes. Even when comparing it to other highly regarded Ghibli projects like Grave of Fireflies or Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, there's always something to critique or analyze. Yet Princess Mononoke excels in both its narrative and technical aspects, offering a depth that surpasses what you'd expect from a film. While everyone may have their own favorite Ghibli movie that appeals to a personal sensibility, Princess Mononoke stands apart as a more mature and complete story, even compared to something like Spirited Away. It's not just a perfect film by Ghibli standards, but one that feels uniquely significant even among its stellar peers. The rest of this video contains spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, go watch it and come back. In Princess Mononoke, the story follows Ashitaka, the last prince of his people, who becomes cursed after killing a demon boar corrupted by iron. In an effort to find a cure for the curse, he ventures west, hoping to uncover the source of the boar's hatred. Along the way, he encounters both human and spiritual forces in a battle for control over the land. His journey leads him to Iron Town, where the town's iron production is causing severe damage to the surrounding forest and angering the animal gods, especially the wolf goddess Moro and her daughter San. These forces, alongside the conflict in Iron Town, set the stage for a violent struggle over nature, progress, and the human role in the ecosystem. The first half of the film builds an atmosphere of eerie beauty and quiet tension, with Ashitaka navigating through a world filled with ancient gods and powerful spirits. The clash between industrial human progress and the natural world is portrayed through stunning imagery. His journey through the forest of Kadama, the forest god's uneasy neutrality, and the scenes of San's connection to the wolves. Miyazaki uses these scenes to depict an ongoing war for survival, where neither side is entirely virtuous. The internal battle Ashitaka faces as the curse begins to take over his body also mirrors the broader themes of uncontrollable forces, both spiritual and industrial, that disrupt the balance of life. As the plot develops, the stakes grow, culminating in a final clash where he must decide where his loyalties lie. The arrival of Jigo and the bloody confrontation at Iron Town further exposes the destructive consequences of greed and ignorance. In the closing act, Ashitaka's bond with San becomes the focal point of redemption, showing that understanding and reconciliation can offer hope even in the face of overwhelming destruction. The film's conclusion, where nature begins to heal and his curse is lifted, captures both the hope for renewal and the fragility of life. Princess Mononoke's narrative, with its tragic beauty, remains a powerful meditation on humanity's relationship with the environment. The demon scene in Princess Mononoke is one of the most visually striking and difficult to create sequences in the film. The sequence features the transformation of Nago, a boar god corrupted by a curse, into a terrifying and grotesque demon. The animation team faced immense challenges in bringing the scene to life, as it required intricate work to depict the demon's chaotic, monstrous form, its twisting movement, and the overwhelming sense of terror it instilled. The demon's design, with its swirling black mass and disturbing presence, conveys an intense atmosphere of dread and suffering, effectively setting the tone for the film's exploration of corruption and rage. Studio Ghibli's animators used a mix of traditional hand-drawn animation and groundbreaking techniques to animate the demon's transformations and fluid motions, with the goal of achieving a tangible sense of horror. The combination of dramatic music, meticulous animation, and the intensity of the scene make it stand out even in a film full of amazing moments. One interesting Easter egg is the subtle homage to Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind in the Forest of Kadama, the small tree spirits featured in Princess Mononoke. These spirits share a visual connection with the creatures in Nausicaa, reinforcing the thematic continuity across Miyazaki's works. Behind the scenes, the Kadama were a product of intense attention to detail. Their distinct movements were inspired by observing real-life animals and how they interact with their environments. Overall, Princess Mononoke is a film that is near impossible to say a negative thing about. The usual criticisms levied against Studio Ghibli films not being deep or anything like that is completely pushed to the wayside. Not to say whether that is valid or not in the first place, but those conversations are absent with Princess Mononoke. To me, Princess Mononoke really strikes that balance between evoking the softer sensibilities while still providing a complex, compelling narrative. Anyway, with all that being said, I'm curious what you guys have to say. What do you think of Princess Mononoke? Do you think it still holds up? What is your favorite scene from the film? And what is your favorite Studio Ghibli movie in general? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for making it until the end of the video. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Here at Inner Spiral, we aim to cover the games, shows, and movies we all love. So be sure to join us, and I'll see you in the spiral.